Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's been a minute. Look at me. I don't know if I remember how to do this thing, but welcome to Card Chaos Live. Um, we took a little break after the playoffs in the bubble ended. I think around September or like was it September or the end of August? I don't know, but it's been a minute. And I just want to thank everybody for your support. We have lots of new things planned for this coming season. I made a lot of improvements to the show, and we have little treats planned, but it's definitely expanded and it couldn't have happened without you guys. So some of you are new. Why don't you do me a favor and tag a friend, because this is going to be fun. What I do is I shuffle my NBA trading cards. I collect NBA cards, yes, and I create one-on-one matchups that we may or may not see in today's NBA. Any player, any position, any era, anything goes. Again, that's any player, any position, any era, anything goes. All right. Usually I have a themed thing, right? I have like players that I want to have compete, but since the NBA is starting tomorrow, I thought we would start fresh. So again, thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna go ahead and create the bracket. We have an 8-person bracket, and they'll be comprised of the players that I get from shuffling these cards. So let me pull that up real quick so you can see as you tag your friends. The bracket is right here. Empty for now. Ooh, I left Clyde Drexler in from an old episode. But these are the brackets that we're gonna fill in for today. All right. So again, go ahead and tag a friend. I'm gonna shuffle the cards and we will begin. Let me put on this music. All right. Welcome to Card Chaos Live. All right, in the first bracket, we will have. Like who pops out? We have Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson will be competing in this episode of Card Chaos Live. All right, against Magic Johnson, we will have. Against Magic Johnson, we will have Tracy McGrady. Ooh, Tracy McGrady versus Magic Johnson in this episode of Card Chaos Live. In the next bracket, we will have. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is in this episode of Card Chaos Live. All right, let's see. Against Kobe Bryant, we will have. Karl Anthony Towns. Let's see how that happens. Karl Anthony Towns versus Kobe Bryant. In the third bracket, we will have. Russell Westbrook. Yes, the Brody's here. Russell Westbrook will be in this episode of Card Chaos Live. Against Russell Westbrook, we will have. John Morant. John Morant will be in this episode of Card Chaos Live. And in the last bracket, we will have. Ooh, Embiid is upside down. We have Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday popped out. And against Jrue Holiday, we will have. Oh my God. Sorry, I got mixed up. Or against Jrue Holiday, we will have, I guess, Dennis Rodman. All right. And the subs for today, if you want a sub, will be Giannis. Giannis is a sub for today's episode of Card Chaos Live. We have Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins is a sub for today's episode of Card Chaos Live. And last but not least, I might be trolling, but he just got a contract today, Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard will be in this episode of Card Chaos Live. So to repeat, we have Tracy McGrady versus Magic Johnson in this episode of Card Chaos Live. We have Karl Anthony Towns versus Kobe Bryant in this episode of Card Chaos Live. We have Ja Morant versus Russell Westbrook in this episode of Card Chaos Live. And last but not least, we have Dennis Rodman and Jrue Holiday. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Please go ahead and tag a friend. We will begin. Ooh. Y'all are all new. I want to tell you the history of this first, guys. I started this game at 1:00. So a lot of you aren't used to seeing me, but yeah, the game is really simple. What up, whoever's in the Facebook groups? I can't see y'all names, but the game is really simple. All you have to do is tell me who will win in 60 seconds, right? And I'm going to pull up a clock. Go ahead and tag your friend because I actually have a clock for this thing. So it doesn't go on all night. Come on. And when you guys tell me who wins, they move on in the bracket. And that's really, really what it is. So let me show you the clock real quick. Go ahead and tag a friend. And we will begin shortly. So here comes the clock. I'll share the clock to the screen. All right. Come on, clock. All right. And I'll run the clock. Hey, Dalton, so you guys can vote. All right. So Dalton, you're going to be the person that shows people how to do this. I'm going to go up and put the first matchup in the bracket. All right. So as I mentioned during the shuffle, we did retire Scotty. All right. We have Magic Johnson versus Tracy McGrady. Spicy first matchup. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 60 seconds on the clock. It's probably gonna be you, Dalton, and Rock J, but I'm gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. We have Magic Johnson versus Tracy McGrady. Let us begin. All right. So, oh my gosh, I think that this, without a doubt, is probably going to be one of the most legendary matchups. But I don't think that. No disrespect to Magic, but I think Tracy McGrady, hands down, has just a lot more skills that would benefit a one-on-one matchup. Magic Johnson was definitely a team player. Like, I can't even recall how many assists he had, the most assists he had in the season, but it definitely doesn't lend to this matchup, right? So I think we can all agree that T-Mac would beat Magic Johnson, but damn it, man, it's tough saying it out loud. But he definitely has more, can get to the basket. He can probably dunk on Magic Johnson. And obviously, and I think also defend Magic. So there's not much I can say for Magic for the first time. This is not typical, but this matchup was definitely a tough one, and it definitely should go to T-Mac. All right, so welcome to Card Chaos Live, again, where I shuffle my NBA trading cards to create one-on-one matchups. Let's see what the wall is saying. What's up, Dwayne Paul? Dwayne Paul, you're new. Thank you for hopping in and voting. Dwayne says T-Mac. Dalton says Magic, so that's 1-1. Rock J says T-Mac is too athletic. Jason also says T-Mac. Dwayne Paul says Magic made a team better, but T-Mac is a better, nicer card. Definitely appreciate your feedback, Dwayne. And it looks like T-Mac has moved on in the bracket. So I'm going to pull up the bracket again and move T-Mac on. Again, this is one-on-one Card Chaos Live, where I shuffle my NBA trading cards to create one-on-one matchups that we may not see in today's NBA. Any player, any position, any era, anything goes. All right, we have now Karl-Anthony Towns versus Kobe Bryant. And I retired Kobe last year. I don't know where this Kobe snuck up, but I'll let y'all see it. He definitely snuck in because I've put away all my Kobe's, but this is a Kobe UD3, very old school card. And he's going up against I don't know, fortunately, Karl-Anthony Towns. Remember, we do have 3 subs. We have Andrew Wiggins, we have Giannis, and we have Luke Kennard tonight. So if you want to sub, let me know. But I think we can move ahead with Karl-Anthony Towns and Kobe. I would like to see Kobe versus Andrew Wiggins, though. But I don't know if the end result will be any different. Or Karl-Anthony Towns versus Giannis. We could also do that. Let's take out Kobe because we know Kobe would win. And we were going to sub in Giannis and make it Giannis versus Karl-Anthony Towns. Definitely today's era matchup. Thank you, Dwayne. Sorry, let me take your comment down. So the matchup is going to be Giannis versus Karl-Anthony Towns. All right, so I'll make the update in the chart. Thank you for tagging me. Yeah, Rock, I subbed out Kobe. And the new matchup is going to be this. The new matchup is going to be Karl-Anthony Towns versus Giannis. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put 60 seconds on the clock. I have 60 seconds on the clock. We're doing Karl-Anthony Towns. Yikes! Where did you go, clock? Sorry. We're gonna do Karl-Anthony Towns versus. What did I do with my clock? Clock went hiding. Let me pull it up again. We're going to do Karl-Anthony Towns versus Giannis. 60 seconds on the clock. Let's begin. Karl-Anthony Towns versus Giannis. All right. So, even though Giannis is probably top 3 in the NBA right now, I might go with Karl-Anthony Towns because I just think that he has a lot more ability to score in different ways. Giannis can definitely bully his way to the basket. He's bar none stronger, more athletic than Karl-Anthony Towns. But let's not pretend that Karl-Anthony Towns couldn't get to the basket himself. And he could also shoot from the outside. Shooting is not Giannis's forte. He could definitely defend Cat, but I feel like at the end of the day, Cat would be able to, if he got tired, be able to take those jumpers from the outside. And Giannis, I don't know. I don't think he could do that. So I would go with the underdog, Karl-Anthony Towns over Mr. MVP, as Dwayne called him. Probably an unpopular opinion. Welcome to Card Chaos Live. Let's see. So looks like Jason says Giannis. Rock says Towns. Dwayne says Giannis. I don't see any other votes. So it looks like Dwayne and this is probably Jason voting for Giannis. Rock J says that Towns has a better post game and is stronger than Giannis. Okay, that's up for debate. We could talk about that in the group. By the way, there's 14 of you watching. Why don't you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the heart button. That way, I could keep you posted on the shows going forward. And we do have a Card Chaos Live audience group where we discuss some of these stuff. We also have 2MW Sports, which is the parent group for everything. But it looks like Giannis is going to move on to the next round due to the votes of Dwayne and Jason. All right, so here we go. I'm going to pull up the chart and move Giannis on. And as we can see in the next round, we'll have a matchup of T-Mac and Giannis. Exciting. All right, so the third bracket, thank you for the likes, everyone. If you could please keep doing that. That's so helpful to me. And it lets Facebook know that this is legit. So the next matchup is, this one really, 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 really makes me nervous because I know y'all gonna try to troll me, but it's Russell Westbrook versus Ja Morant. So if you know anybody that's a Memphis or a Ja Morant fan, go ahead and tag them now. I'll give you like 5 seconds. If you know anybody that's a Russell Westbrook fan, me, tag them. Don't tag me because I'm already here, but I'm excited for this matchup. So thank you for the likes. We have 4 likes. There's 12 of you watching. Go ahead and continue to hit the like button for me. That will be awesome. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Thank you so much. 60 seconds on the clock. We have Russell Westbrook versus Ja Morant. Let us begin. Ooh. So let me stop the haters on the in y'all tracks. I know you are very, 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 very supportive of Ja Morant. He did wonderful things last season, showed so much leadership. I forget how many points a game he averaged. I think it was like 20. I'm not sure. I don't want to say the wrong number, but we definitely know what Russell Westbrook is capable of. Man, oh man, I think one-on-one, Ja Morant definitely has scoring skills that I would say maybe a little bit a level above Russell Westbrook. I'm talking about like maybe shooting. Yes, he's probably a better shooter than Russell Westbrook. But let's really talk about one-on-one. Russell Westbrook will probably will his way to a win, and that we cannot dispute. All right, not that Ja Morant doesn't have the motivation and what do you call it? The motor? That's a key word. But like Russell Westbrook definitely would take this very, very personally and do his best to make sure Ja Morant learned a rookie lesson, or now he's a second year, whatever. But I'm picking Russell Westbrook because I'm a homer. I expect nothing more or less. Welcome to Card Chaos Live. Thank you. Dwayne has made his voice clear. He says, Ja. No love for Westbrook. Dwayne, we started as best friends. We were about to be best friends. And then you just did that to me. All right. Sharon says Westbrook. Rock J says Westbrook. Joshua says Westbrook. Rock J says, how is he going to stop Russ from getting to the hole? That is true. I mean, Russ is a bigger guard. He'll probably just body him, put him in the post. All right. Sharon with account. Sharon says Russell Westbrook 3-1 over Ja Morant. So I'm going to move to the bracket. The bracket and move in. Oh, I was so excited. I didn't even put them in. Ja and Westbrook. So Westbrook moves on. Thank you very much. Early Christmas present from you guys. And the last one is going to be Jrue Holiday versus Dennis Rodman. We have 2 more subs. We have Andrew Wiggins and Luke Kennard. If you guys want, I can sub in. I think I'm going to sub in Andrew Wiggins for Dennis Rodman and make it Jrue versus Andrew Wiggins. So this is the new matchup. We're going to do Jrue versus Andrew Wiggins. All right. So Jrue Holiday versus Andrew Wiggins. All right. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. 60 seconds on the clock. We have Jrue Holiday versus Andrew Wiggins. Let's begin. All right. So I personally, all right, it's Jrue on Milwaukee now, right? So this card is a older card where he's on the Pelicans. By the way, this is like a card that's like it has nothing on the back, so it's probably worth something to people who collect Jrue. So let me know if you do it. But back to the thing. Andrew Wiggins to me is so underrated. I think that he would win handily. I know his reputation. I know his history. but I just think he just hasn't been given a fair break. I'm no offense to Drew though, like he's definitely a leader for a team, but Andrew Wiggins definitely has the one-on-one skills to beat Drew. All right, so if I had to pick between the two, I'm picking Andrew. Final answer. Welcome to Card Chaos Live, where I shuffle my NBA trading cards to create one-on-one matchups that we may or may not see in today's NBA. Any player, any position, any era, anything goes. So on the wall, I have Joshua says Wiggins. And Sharon says Wiggins. Rock just cries. Dwayne is now on a roll. Dwayne is like holiday for the holiday season. I see you. Rock, you know it's Wiggins. Wiggins. Sharon says 2-0 Wiggins, but we definitely Dwayne definitely voted for Drew Holiday. But we're gonna move on. Wiggins, and look at that. My two favorite people are going to be in the semifinals. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see. All right. So right now the matchup is as follows. We have T-Mac and versus Giannis, Westbrook versus Wiggins. If some of you notice, I have an A between T-Mac and Giannis, and I have a B in between Westbrook and Wiggins. So this is where I experiment with something that I want to bring in this season called 2-on-2. And it's when the semifinalists will match up to be teammates to then match up against the other two in the bracket before we move on. So let's put together this. So if you believe that, let me make this bigger. If you believe that T-Mac and Giannis will beat Westbrook and Andrew Wiggins 2-on-2, you got to pick A. All right. This is team A, T-Mac and Giannis. If you believe Russell Westbrook and Wiggins will win, then pick team B. All right. Again, team A is T-Mac and Giannis. Team B is Andrew Wiggins and Russell Westbrook. All right. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. 60 seconds on the clock. We're going to have Andrew Wiggins, team B, versus Giannis, team A. All right. So team A, Giannis and T-Mac. This, I think, is going to be the toughest 2-on-2 I've ever had, because T-Mac could definitely do the ball handling and set up the plays. Giannis can benefit, I guess, going to the basket, and that's about it. But like, T-Mac will definitely, from a skill wise, probably carry this team. Andrew Wiggins and Russell Westbrook could easily trade off. This is team B. Both of them can handle the ball. Both of them can go to the basket. The problem is this team obviously is way bigger than Russell Westbrook and Andrew Wiggins. So when it comes down to it, both of them could probably post up this team. So unfortunately, although I'm supportive of Andrew Wiggins and Russell Westbrook, I'm going to go ahead and say that team A, Giannis and Tracy McGrady, will definitely take that team just off of size. Welcome to One-on-One Card Chaos Live, where I shuffle my NBA trading cards to create one-on-one matchups that we may or may not see in today's NBA. Any player, any position, any era, anything goes. We have the votes are in. We have Dwayne Paul with Team A, Joshua, Team A, Rock said Team A. We didn't need 60 seconds for this. Sharon says Team A. Ooh, let me talk to you. I got a little sound effects. Let me see if it's coming through. All right. Anyway, so we all pretty much agreed on that. Unfortunately, you guys know what team I supported, but here is the final for the semifinals. All right. Let me see what's on. 9. Can you guys hear me? All right. So sorry, I'm getting used to all my. All right, so here's the semifinals: T-Mac versus Giannis and Westbrook versus Wiggins. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that matchup. All right, here it is. All right, this one, I think it's going to be a classic one. It's going to be very difficult, as Dwayne calls him, Mr. MVP, versus T Mac, who was supposed to be like the face of the league, and then injuries got him. So let's move on. All right, I'm gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. We're in the semifinals. All right, let's see, 60 seconds on the clock. Let us begin. Giannis versus T Mac. All right, so yikes. Definitely T Mac. Didn't take me long. I mean, Giannis is a very interesting player. He is one of the best players in the league, but when it comes down to it, I think that we can all agree there are some areas of his game that he can work on. I mean, just being a like, what do you call it? A bulldog in a china shop, or a Tasmanian devil in a china shop is not gonna do. You have to have some skills. Not to say he doesn't have any, but like against these other players one-on-one, I just don't see it happening. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna say that it's T-Mac. But Giannis is still young. Giannis still has a ways to go, and he'll definitely have the skill set. I don't know if to beat T-Mac, because T-Mac is definitely a legend, even though he didn't win anything. But and that wasn't a shot. I was just talking about like real life. But yeah, I would go with T-Mac anyway. You know, so again, this is one-on-one card chaos, where I shuffle my NBA trading cards to create one-on-one matchups that we may or may not see in today's NBA. We're gonna see what the wall says. Joshua says T-Mac. Sharon says T-Mac. Marcus, what's up, Marcus? He's gonna see me in my non-troll clothing. I feel naked. Rock J says T-Mac, and Dwayne says T-Mac. So 5 votes straight for T-Mac. So we're gonna go ahead and move T-Mac on in the bracket. Again, tag your friends. Yes, he's here. Marcus is here. All right, so T-Mac is definitely in the finals of this episode of Card Chaos Live. Let me spell his name right. All right, so the next matchup is Andrew Wiggins versus Russell Westbrook. So here is the welcome. Yeah. All right, so I'm sorry, I'm having so much difficulties with my hands. All right, so here's a matchup. We're gonna have Russell Westbrook versus Andrew Wiggins. All right. Tag your friends. I think this is a crazy one. All right. So I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. We're going to have Andrew Wiggins versus Russell Westbrook. Let us begin. All right. So listen, I'm going with Russell Westbrook, but I'm going to admit, all right, it's clear bias. I think Andrew Wiggins has a lot going for him. He can definitely shoot better than Russell. I don't know about ball handling, but they're both slashers. Russell Westbrook, however, would probably, I don't know. Again, we're talking about bully ball. It works in some matchups. It don't work in others. Andrew Wiggins, by the way, is about 4 or 5 inches taller than Russell Westbrook. So even if Russell Westbrook does bully him because he is a bigger guard, he has a lot to shoot over in Andrew Wiggins. So, I mean, you'll never hear this from me often, but I think Andrew Wiggins does have the leverage in this matchup, just for the size and for the skill set. He can shoot better than Russell. But damn it, Russell will probably play his hardest until he gets the victory anyway. All right. So, yes, I did pick Andrew Wiggins over Russell Westbrook. I'm going to hear about that later, but I have to be honest. All right, so let's see what the wall says. The wall says Westbrook. Sharon says Westbrook. Joshua says Russell Theodore Westbrook. Marcus says Russ. Rock J says Wiggins. And Dwayne Paul says Russ. So it looks like we're going to have T-Mac versus Russell Westbrook in the first final of Card Chaos Live for season 5. This is going to be interesting. Russ versus T-Mac in this in this finals of Card Chaos Live. I at this point, you guys know I'm real torn right now. All right, but we're gonna have to do this. All right. All right. So we're in the round. I had to bring out the Thunder because y'all know I'm a Thunder fan, right? All right. So we're gonna have Russell Westbrook versus T-Mac in this final round of Card Chaos Live. It couldn't be any better for me though, because I love Russell Westbrook now on the Wizards. Reunited with Scott Brooks, his favorite coach, I believe. So this is going to be the finals. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Russell Westbrook versus T-Mac. Russell Westbrook versus T-Mac. 60 seconds on the clock. Let us begin. All right. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. You know, I love me some Russell Westbrook. I really do. But T-Mac was a beast. And let's start with regular. T-Mac is just a bigger player than Russell Westbrook. Probably could block all his shots. But Russell Westbrook is not just going to roll over. You know, fun and games aside, this is going to be a competitive matchup. Unfortunately, T-Mac just has a few more skills that would, in the scoring department, that would kind of just take the game away from Russell. Russell obviously is an assist triple-double king. That's in a team sport. He can play one-on-one, but again, I think it starts with size, then it starts with skill. He's smaller than T-Mac and doesn't have the jumper that T-Mac has. So at the end of the day, although I love him, it's got to be T-Mac. And I'm hoping that the wall says it. All right. Before I make the count, I see 7 of you watching. If you're watching, please hit the like button. I would love that so much. That definitely helps Facebook's algorithm to bump up the show and let other people see it. So thank you so much. Let's do the count on the wall. Rock J says T-Mac. Marcus says T-Mac. Dwayne says T-Mac. Sharon says you can't vote before the clock. Joshua says Tracy. Sharon says Tracy. It was a clean sweep for Tracy. Unfortunately for me, Russell Westbrook doesn't win. He says bring Sabonis back. Arvydas Sabonis is a fan favorite for Card Chaos. But so guys, this was an episode of Card Chaos Live. As you see, it's just a very efficient show. I don't like long shows, but I like exciting shows. I want you to tell a friend. If you like the show, go ahead and tell a friend. Tell them we'll be back on Wednesday at 9:30 again. This is the night episode. I usually do it in the day at 1 o'clock, so it's one-on-one at 1. But since we're all going back to work now through the COVID season, I just thought that it would be better to do it after work since everybody's focused. Go ahead and like the video, like the page. We do have cardchaoslive.com, which is our website, and we have a store where you can buy t-shirts. I have a Card Chaos Live t-shirt on right now, one-on-one, and that supports the show. I want to thank all the groups that let me post the show in their environment, in their community. I want to thank everybody who spent the time to vote. Okay, so with that said, I want to see you guys next week. Sorry, not next week, on Wednesday for the next episode of Card Chaos Live. If you enjoyed it, again, tell a friend, and I'll see you on Wednesday, all right? So go ahead, like the page, like the group, like the everything, and I will see you on Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. for Card Chaos Live. Thank you so much.